It's working on it. Hi!
Hey!
We're here!
Here we are!
It's a miracle! Might be just a little bit nervous. Welcome to our first Facebook Live for St. Peter's Edina ever. And my first Facebook Live ever. And your Facebook Live ever. So here we are. Sure. So welcome. We're a little excited, a little nervous. And really, we just hope it's beneficial to you when we have some friends join us. And those who are going to be watching afterwards, our goal really is to be the intersection of faith and real life. And we hope to do that. Talk about that specifically, how Laura here is helping us be a part of the intersection of faith and real life. And welcome to Jessica. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us.
We have a viewer.
Yes, it's very exciting. So I will say quickly, my name is Faith T, and I serve as the community outreach director here at St. Peter's. Most of my job is focused on getting people connected to what we call missional small groups, and that's just places where people just get together and do life together. Life is hard, and we need each other, and so that's the idea for that. But sometimes it's a little scary to get together with other people because we're not used to that. So my goal and my job is to kind of help them see that it's beneficial and get comfortable with that. So that's who I am. And that's why I'm doing this, and because I want to help other people get connected to that too, and you are helping people do that as well. So on that note, I can do this. On that note, Facebook is a place where there is an intersection of faith and real life, because we are on Facebook a lot.
We are at the intersection. Yeah,
for real, right at this moment. But if you haven't liked us on Facebook, St. Peter's Edina, we sure like to have you do that. Not so much to fill your life with another thing that kind of fills your feed and that sort of thing, but we do have a lot going on, and we want to be a resource to you, and we want to be sure that you know about the stuff we have coming up, and that's a really good way to stay connected. Yeah. So, like us on Facebook, we want to resource you. And so we've already said hi to Jessica. Thank you for being here. And I think that leads us to you, the star of the show, which is Laura today. Have you ever been called the star of the show before?
I mean, maybe in high school theater.
Oh, well, there's a nugget that you didn't know about Laura that now you know. She is in high school theater. And were you in college theater too?
Dance. Okay. Yep, I did dance in college.
Excellent. I was not in either of those things, but I did do cheerleading for a couple of years. Okay, so you, Laura Toronto, you're our student ministries director.
Yes.
And so I'm just wondering, I just want to say quickly, we're going to talk about you, of course, but then we're also going to talk about what's happening at St. Peter's for your family. And hi, Alex.
Hey, Alex.
And learn about Framily playdates. So that's really what we want to focus on today, is the Framily playdates kind of story.
Yeah, super excited.
What that is, kind of the whole story about that, and then discovering what can be happening where you are. So not necessarily about you coming here to St. Peter's, but about us coming to you and fitting into your schedule and your life and that sort of thing. So that's our goal. So we're going to talk about that stuff. So let's start with where are you from?
Well, I'm from Wisconsin, but I'm from Minnesota. Originally from Minnesota, and then moved to Wisconsin and did high school there, and then came back to Minnesota for college, and now I'm in Minnesota for work. Okay. So Minnesconsin is what I like to say.
I haven't heard that either. Minnesconsin, I like it. So that's new.
I saw it on a t-shirt once, and I was like, I'm using that.
There's a company that has like a combo of the two words, like Minnesota or something like that. I've seen them on the road. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I feel like I should ask something about sports, since you're Wisconsin and Minnesota, but you probably, it sounds like maybe it's not really your jam.
No.
Dance and theater.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. So not a vote on
you can ask, but
Packers
I won't know,
or Vikings or
no.
Eagles or Patriots.
My family does lean more Vikings.
Okay.
So,
all right.
But I did experience the Packers scene when I did my internship south of Green Bay.
Oh, sure.
And they really take it seriously.
Yeah, I think that would be good for you to be a Packers fan while you're in Green Bay. That sounds wise. So good. All right. Well, so it sounds like you've been a little bit back and forth between Minnesota and Wisconsin. So what led you to be a student ministries director?
Well, I went to college to get a degree in Christian ministry because I knew that I loved Jesus and I wanted to share him with as many people as I could. And so went and did that and did an internship in just south of Green Bay, as I mentioned, and kind of focused more on like junior high and senior high youth there.
Okay.
And then came back and reevaluated some things, learned more. Thought that maybe I wanted to go in more of a direction of equipping leaders in the church, but wasn't 100% sure what that would look like. And God led me to St. Peter's, and I am leading equipping parents, which is really important because they are leaders of their families. And so I'm really excited to be here doing that, equipping parents.
And really, and really leaders of the future. I mean, I know they kind of probably hear that a lot, but I mean, just as you were saying that, that's what popped in my head. Yes, they're leaders of the kids.
Absolutely.
But the kids are everything. So all the
starting with the parents and equipping the students at any age to also be leaders, because so we need leaders for Jesus.
That's right. I knew that's why I liked you. My passion is equipping leaders too. I remember actually reading some of your documents and going, yes, we want this woman here. So okay, so you've been here for about 6 months.
Yeah, just about.
Favorite part of your job?
Favorite part of my job, definitely the people. I have loved getting to know the people. Tuesdays with coffee pops in my head of just getting to see kids come in and getting to see siblings and getting to see parents and connecting with parents at pickup times when I'm in the classroom and getting to know the kids. And I spend time with the penguins on Tuesdays and we draw pictures and they tell me about what's going on with them, and that's a really fun time. So
I bet they tell you everything that's going on with them. Yeah.
So it's just been so fun to get to know the people, and the team at St. Peter's is awesome too. The church staff team has been so great to work with. Everybody's so passionate about their area, but then the larger team of staff here as well is amazing.
Yeah, I think we kind of take that for granted too, that we have about, I think, 30 faculty here, and it's kind of even hard for us to remember that. And so just for those of you that may be watching in the future that don't know, we have our early childhood education center here. We're in the large muscle room here to have something interesting behind us. Yes. And it's big. It's about 117 kids, and it's an amazing privilege, but I think we're just kind of getting to the grind and we forget sometimes just how much is going on here.
Yeah, so. And it's humbling too to work with the teachers and the students and just realize how many different gifts and skills God has given to different people. Yeah. We have amazing teachers that are really gifted with their age groups. So.
Absolutely. And just you talk about Tuesdays, we'll wrap this up. But I just want to say quickly, I am also amazed by parents. Like I say often when they come in for coffee, good job. And I'm not being patronizing. I'm really mean. Like, good job, because I have a hard time getting myself up in the morning and getting my stuff dealt with and put away. I don't have kids. And so to do that with multiples, it's amazing. So nice work, parents. We're also very impressed with your skills. Okay, so everybody has a least favorite part of your job. So what would be the least favorite part of your job?
I would say the least favorite part of my job so far has been the germs. My immune system has been going for a ride the last 6 months, and I've been sick. I feel like I've been sick for like 4 months straight. I'm in a healthy streak now, so praying to God that lasts. But I mean, grand scheme of things, that's not too much of a problem to have.
Right.
So, yeah.
And I know she's heard another 6 months and you'll just be...
Yeah, the teachers have told me the first year is where your immune system's building, and after that, you don't get sick as much. So looking forward to that day.
It's on its way.
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's get to the nuts and bolts. So you've talked about your student ministries director. We've talked about stuff that's going on here. If you could describe like what success would look like in your job, like what would that look like? Describe it.
Absolutely. I think success in my job would be 3 main things come to mind. The first one is serving our families in a way that's meaningful for them. So not just doing things for the sake of doing things, but doing things that our families want to be involved in.
Yeah,
and, I mean, we'll know that by if they're here,
right?
And we'll know
if no one's participating,
by if they're not here. Yeah. So just really listening to what our families are saying and what their needs are.
Yeah,
would be success. And then I think, secondly, parents feeling equipped as leaders. I kind of talked about that before,
right?
But I know sometimes it's hard to know how to lead yourself spiritually. And so I can't imagine being a parent and leading like a bunch of little people as well.
Right. It's kind of like what we said about just getting ready in the morning.
Yeah.
And, but this is like on the spiritual level. But it's hard enough just for me, so to do it for kids too. Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to just help parents be equipped and feel like, hey, we can do this. I can do this for myself. I can do this for my kids.
Right.
It's not even super hard. And also, I love learning and listening, so I'm excited to hear what parents have to say, because I don't have kids.
Right.
So I look forward to that input and helping build on that with certain techniques I've learned in school and things of that nature, and then connecting it to that intersection of faith and real life.
Right.
And lastly, just having our families walking with Jesus on a daily basis, praying with each other, reading the Bible together, talking about Jesus, talking about creation, or just any different aspect of their life that can connect.
Just feeling confident, I think, that just those basic, what we consider like basic things, but can be kind of scary.
Yeah,
so
feeling knowledgeable.
Right.
I mean,
That's cool.
That's how you lead.
Well, I have to give a quick shout out to Donna, who is enjoying this. Hi,
Hey,
Donna. We're so glad you're here. Hi, Mark. Thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here too. Okay, so you do have a couple things cooking right now to accomplish that purpose. So you want to tell us a little bit about some of those things that we've got going on already.
Yeah. So we mentioned Tuesdays with Coffee already, which is basically, if you don't know, is on Tuesday mornings we, myself or Faith and a volunteer from the church serves caribou coffee to our parents, and that's just an opportunity to serve them in the morning when they are doing awesome getting their kids here.
I know.
And then just chatting and getting to know them if they have a chance to stop, and if not, giving them a little hello, and hopefully that will brighten their day. So that's Tuesdays with Coffee. We also do something really cool that I never would have imagined being involved in, and that is Youth Impact Racing. That happens on Tuesday evenings at 7 o'clock to 8:30, and that's basically a ministry that we partner with, and they come into our facility and race RC race cars. And
remote control, for those of you who don't know.
Remote control.
Yes.
Race cars.
So.
Yeah, and so they set up a track in our gym, like a track that takes up the whole gym. And they have this giant stoplight thing and flags. It's like a legitimate racetrack. And so the students come in ages about 7 to 15, I would say. Okay. And then older students can volunteer as leaders and stuff like that.
That's cool.
So they have a few stations they race. They count laps for other students. They help fix the cars. They have classroom time where they learn auto theory and some life skills like that. And then they have a small group time, which I get the pleasure of leading. And we talk about the gospel message that was given at the beginning of the night. They give about a 10-minute gospel message. So we talk about that. We just chat. I get to know them. Pretty much spiritual care. And then we pray together, and they go on to the next station. So that's just a really cool thing that we have going on. And then Kids Care and Kids Count we have on Sunday mornings. That's during the sermon, so the parents get to focus on the message that pastor is giving and have some quiet time. And the kids get to go and enjoy some learning about the Bible that is at their own level and about the same message. And then they come back together for the rest of church and experience communion and prayers and different things.
That's good.
So we start together, and then we learn separately, and then we end together.
Well, and it's kind of funny, too. It's kind of like age-appropriate learning for all ages, including adults.
Including adults,
because adults need some quiet time to be able
to focus.
So that's awesome. Yeah. That's cool.
And then finally, what we're on here to talk about is the Framily playdates, which I'm super excited about. It's essentially a family missional small group, so I've been partnering with Faith on that part of it, which has been awesome. And so we've been meeting, this first session we're doing is 8 weeks, so we've done 4 weeks, and we have 4 more weeks to go. Plenty of time to check it out if you want to do that.
So they're it's okay to jump in.
Oh yeah, you can come any week. Totally okay to jump in. Come check it out 1 week. Decide if you want to keep coming, or check it out 1 week and decide it's not for you. Sure. It is there to serve our families. So, anyway, I'm always open for input on that. But essentially what we have been doing is meeting at St. Peter's at 10:45 and having a little Jesus time, and then basically just having a play date.
Right.
So we've been going in the gym and pulling out some toys, and in this room,
right.
Yep, this is where we do our Jesus time. Pulling out some toys, and kids play. The moms get to talk. This last week it was awesome. The dads were shooting hoops together. The moms were chatting it up. The kids were riding bikes and playing together. And that's really what it's meant to be, a time for families to just hang out and support each other, share parenting questions or joys that have been going on and be able to bond over that.
Right.
And then have a little Jesus time and help be equipped to be those spiritual leaders. I also give tools each week for just like basic little things that you can do throughout the week.
Like at home?
At home.
Okay.
To connect to what we talked about during Jesus time and just keep remembering and reinforcing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually this week our play date is going to be a little different.
Oh, yes. Tell us about that.
So our goal, we're at St. Peter's right now, but our goal is to get off campus and have parents leading. So that we can multiply our groups,
right?
And have more people involved, because the more people, the more fun, and we want more people to hear about Jesus and to be supported in a Christian environment.
And they really, I mean, if it's off campus and at different times and locations, it just might be able to fit more people, right?
Absolutely.
Maybe Sundays mornings don't work for you, or
and we want to serve you.
Right.
So if it's at different times and in different places, hopefully it's easier for you to get to and be a part of.
So, if you are watching now or later, if you have a request of a daytime location, you can just shoot us that information. We'll follow up with you, because that really is what it's about. I mean, I think St. Peter's Edina is pretty amazing, and our spaces are great. We've got a big gym, which is a great place to get out wiggles and that sort of thing, especially in a Minnesota winter. But there's also just something different about just being in, like, someone's home or at a coffee shop, or or something that just kind of helps us just be normal and not nervous, I guess, so it's exciting. Okay, so we kind of talked about our big goal with Framily Playdates, like what it is, and that long term we're hoping it serves more people by having multiples. But like right now, like who's coming? Like what's the vibe of the folks that are coming?
Yeah, for sure. So pretty much anybody with small children is welcome to come.
Okay.
I mean, we've had families coming, church families coming, we've had early childhood families coming, we've had people who are just friends with somebody else coming. So really, you can not even have any connections with St. Peter's and come. The ages like early childhood, elementary school kids is what it's geared at right now, but we're always adjusting to the needs.
Right. I think it probably, probably depends on who shows up that day.
Totally does.
If it's an older kid, you're going to, kind of like what you talked about Youth Impact Racing and said, if the older kids are there, they're kind of helping lead. And that's a good way for spiritual growth too, for older kids, not leading the whole thing, but giving them tasks and saying you're capable. And,
like just this last week we had some older kids at Framily Playdates, and one of the things we did was play Follow the Leader, because we were talking about how Jesus was a leader and he had followers. And so I was able to have one of the big kids be the leader.
Oh, exactly.
And lead in that way. So just little things like that, giving them jobs. I did want to mention this week, we got sidetracked.
Oh yeah, sorry. I probably interrupted you. I apologize.
We are actually going to be meeting off campus at Edinburgh Park.
Right.
In Edina, and it's going to be a little later, 11:15 meet time there.
This Sunday.
Yep, this Sunday, just so we can all get there after church, and
that's going to be exciting.
Yep, it'll be super fun. So join us.
I've only been there once, but it looks. If I was small enough, I would have climbed up in the big tower. But it looks amazing for kids. So, yeah.
And I send out emails each week with info, and so if you want those, comment your name and or comment that you want that. Your name will be on there, obviously.
Right.
And I can always add you to the email list.
We can follow up with you. We can private message if we need to for privacy's sake or whatever. So we'll get you connected for sure. Okay, so those are folks who's showing up. We've kind of talked, I guess, about kind of where and when. So probably my only other question is why are they called Framily Playdates?
Yes. That's a great question.
Framily. It's kind of a tongue twister. Framily Playdates.
Yeah. So Framily is a combination of the word friends and family.
That's who we are.
Yep. And so small groups are essentially a family vibe getting together and supporting each other and being together and just enjoying time, living life. Right. And so, we, sorry, I got sidetracked. Friends and family come together to make one big happy family. Yes. That's what I've been saying. It's kind of cheesy, but it works.
Oh, I think it's great. Everybody's remembering it, so that's cool. So.
Yeah. And then the play date, of course, because we're playing. Who doesn't want to come to a play date?
Right. Kind of just chill out sometimes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, so then I guess we should probably wrap up. This is our first time, and we're not even sure how long we're going.
But we have 4 viewers.
Woo, woo! Thank you, everyone, for being here. And we look forward to all the other viewers we'll have afterwards. But if parents could take away, I think maybe just one, if they watch this and they can only take away one thing from what we've talked about and the family playdates, what's the one thing you want them to walk away with just from the conversation?
I think the one thing I would want them to walk away with is we at St. Peter's and at Framily Playdates want you to know that you are not doing life alone. We are here for you to walk together in whatever you're going through, to meet at that intersection of faith and real life. Yeah. And most importantly, to remind you that there's a God that's walking with you all the time. And even when you might feel alone or physically be alone, you're not, because Jesus is with you.
Yeah.
So
that gets me. I think it's easy to feel alone even when you're surrounded by people, or sometimes even in your own family. Not that they're doing anything wrong. It just sometimes you just feel isolated, and so just knowing that God is with you, and God's people want to be with you too and support you is awesome. Yeah. So, okay, on that note, she gets me every time. Let's maybe we can just close in prayer, and then if you have any questions, feel free to comment. Message us, we'll follow up with you, or like our Facebook page. And you can always check out stpetersedina.org. And that is a great place. Our events page always has what's coming up next as well. And you can contact any of us through any of the staff through our website. Yep. I can talk.
And you can actually, now that you say that, you can actually go to Framily Playdates on the website and join the group, and that'll put you on the email list too.
Oh, right. I should say, if you want to join the group she's talking about, so you want to go to stpetersedina.org, click on church, click on missional small groups, and then click join a group. It doesn't automatically insert you into a group, but you can find Framily Playdates. So that's the page you want to get to. But it's easy enough, and you can start getting those emails and get connected. So, okay, let's pray. I'll do that. Lord, thank you so much for this time. Thank you for Facebook Live. And thank you for Laura and how you've blessed her and gifted her to lead us. And ask that you would just protect her and protect our families, those who are connected to us right now and those who are going to be connected to us in the future, that you would just put them under the shelter of your wings so they can just grow together and grow in their relationship with you. In Jesus' name, amen. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks for watching.
And we'll catch you on the flip side. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks. Maybe I can do it. Finish. It's not stopping. All right. Here we go. And this is why it's live. Okay.